So students, today I will start the new chapter, that is movement. So what is the meaning of movement? Movement means when an individual, means any living organism, mainly animals, move from one place to another, such as walking, flying, crawling, creeping. Means when animals move from one place to another is called movement. All animals can move from one place to another, we all know, but plants become fixed in a particular area, they can't move. Among the animals, corals and sponges also, they do not move, only they can move their parts of their bodies. As trees do, they also move the parts such as branches, leaves, but they itself can't move or can't able to change their place. So this is the movement. Now, why animals move? Why? Animals move to find food. Yes, for food, birds have to fly from one place to another. In jungle, wild animals also move in search of their food. Domestic animals or the herbivorous animals also move from one place to another to find their food, to find the suitable plants, trees, grasses. They have to move. Second, water. Similarly, food, they also have to move for in search of water, especially in the desert area. There is a scarcity of water, so the animals have to move from one place to another. Sometimes they move for a long distance also in search of the water. So for these two reasons, for food and water, they have to move. Escape from their enemies, yes, and to return to their shelters. Suppose they had gone to search food or in search of food and water, so when they have to return home, for this movement occurs. To protect them from enemies, they have to move. So these are the required. So for these reasons, each and every animals have to move from one place to another. Some animals move away or migrate to other places to avoid harsh seasons. It means, suppose in winter area, means the polar regions where all the time the temperature is very low, snowfall occurs. In such condition, Antarctica or polar areas, what the animals or birds do, during the summer season there the temperature is so low, but when their winter comes, it's about -25 to -35 degree centigrade. So in too much cold condition, it is not possible for them to survive there. So when the winter season comes, they leave the place, okay, and they move to another warmy areas to protect them. This is called migration, to avoid the season. Mainly it occurs in the polar areas where the temperature is too low during the winter season. To overcome the seasonal condition, they have to move. So these are the reasons for the movement of animals. See, it is also given, birds living in extremely cold regions fly away in winter to the warmer regions. Same, not only the birds, animals also move in the winter regions to the warmer regions during the winter season. Why? Because during the winter the weather condition becomes more worse, means temperature becomes too low, they can't survive in this situation. That's why, and food is also not available there, so for that reason they have to move to another places. Okay, so these are the reasons for movement of animals. Each and every animals can move in different form, such as terrestrial animals. Terrestrial animals means different kinds of herbivorous animals, human beings. They can walk, they can run, they can hop, they can jump, climb and crawl. Mainly monkeys jump, human beings walk and run. Some carnivorous animals also, they can run. Squirrel, they can climb on the trees. So these are the different forms of the movement. Animals that live in water, they swim. Yes, different birds such as duck, what they do? They can swim. So their movement occurs in the form of swimming. Okay. But duck on the land, they can walk also, and also fly short distances. So we have seen here that there are so many forms of movement. Some animals walk, some can run, some hop, some jump, and the water or aquatic animals also swim in the water. So these are the different forms of the movement. Okay. Just see the pictures here. Cheetah, the leopard who run. Fish swim, we all know that. Snails, it can crawl in the ground. Snakes, they can also crawl. Kangaroo, they can hop. Jellyfish, it's an aquatic animal, also swim. And we all know that birds fly. So these are the different forms of movement that are found in different types of animals. Okay. How does movement occur? Mainly in the human beings. Means how we move from one place to another. Mainly we move in the form of walking or running. But human beings and all other vertebrates. Vertebrates means those who have vertebral column in our back, from the neck region to the back, in our back portion of our body, from the neck region, there is a, at the mid portion there is a bone like structure is present, which is called vertebral column. Okay, so this is present among the vertebrates. Human beings and the other vertebrates have an internal skeleton. Skeleton means they have a system which is made up of mainly bones, and these bones are connected with the muscles. These bones and muscles together help in movement. Yes, we know that suppose when we run or when we walk, bones are present in our feet, in our arms. They help us. Also the muscles which are attached with these bones, they also help us to move. For our movement, two things required, that are bones and muscles. Insects, scorpions, crabs and starfish. Okay, they are not vertebrates because they don't have any vertebral column at their back. They have a hard external skeleton. External skeleton means their body is covered by a hard substances. Yes, from the outer side or outer portion of their body is covered with a hard substances, which is called external skeleton or exoskeleton. Okay. The tissues that help the body of these animals to move are mostly attached with the exoskeleton. In our body or the other animals, as the muscles are attached with the bones and help us to move. Similarly, in case of these insects, there are some tissues present. These tissues are associated with the exoskeleton or the covering, and they help them to move. Similarly, now soft-bodied animals. Soft-bodied animals means they don't have any bones or skeletal system, such as worms. Their bodies have fluid-filled body segments or cavities, means their body is filled with a liquid which is called fluid. That's why it is called fluid-filled body. Okay, which enable movement. They can also move, but the process is not same as found in human beings or other insects. Okay, now human body and movements. As we already told about the thing that in our human body we know that bones are present, and these particular bones are associated with the muscles. So muscles are attached with the bones by a thick, tough strands of tissues. Thick means wide, tough strands of tissues means the thread-like structure, which is called tendon. Suppose this is the muscles, okay, and these are the bones. These muscles and bones are attached with each other through a thread-like structure, which is called tendons. These muscles are associated with the bones through the tendons. Okay. Now what is it is that the muscles work in pairs, means always two muscles work each together. When one muscle contracts, the other one relaxes to move the bones they're attached to. Means whenever there are a pair of muscle, one muscle contracts and one muscles relax. So to move the bones, suppose in hand, see, when we in this way we can move one bones which is attached with one bones or one muscles which is attached with the bones first contracts, okay, and then second one helps to move the body in relaxed position. This results in the movement of the body parts. So in human movement, body movement, pair of muscles work with each other. One contracts while the other relaxes to move the bones. In this way, human body moves from one place to another. And for this, in a human body, there is a skeleton system. Skeleton system means our body is made up of our body consists of a skeletal system having 206 bones and several cartilages. Cartilages means they are not like bones, they are flexible. Okay. So how many bones are there in skeletal system? 206 bones. These bones are hard and rigid. Hard means not break easily, and tough also. They are richly supplied by blood vessels, which is why bones heal quickly if damaged. Blood supply means they are supplied with some vessels, means some thread-like structure which is filled with blood. Okay, means they are richly supplied with blood. Two bones meet at a joint. Yes, suppose these bones and these bones. This position is called joint. They are joined with each other, means they are not fixed, not like this. If our hand or feet become straight stick-like structure, it can't bend. For their proper bending or folding, there are some joints present. We can easily bend our hand. So here we have the joint. See, we can easily fold it due to the presence of these joints. And in these joints, see, strong ligaments are present. In the joints means the connection between two bones, some ligaments are present. The end of the bones at the joints are covered with a tough, smooth and flexible tissue called cartilages. Suppose this is the joint. At the end of these bones, they are covered by cartilages. Okay, cartilages are not same as bones. They are tough, smooth and flexible. Flexible means easy to fold. Okay. What are the function of skeleton? First, it supports the body and helps it to maintain its shape. Yes, our body has a proper shape due to the presence of this skeletal system, means different kind of bones present. Also, it protects our internal organs. Internal organs means liver, kidney, the organs that are present inside our body, and it helps the body to move. It is the main function. So these are the function of human skeleton system. Okay.